Hi everyone, welcome to our video on using logarithms to solve for exponential equations. So I wanted to stop that last video there because these are a little different style problems. Notice these are exponential equations. With exponential equations, we had another video in the past where we solved them by writing them as the same base. Well, like this 3 and this 15 cannot be written using the same base, so we use a different method to solve these style problems, which is to use logs. And really all it is, again, is, I would think, just use the smile rule. Okay, so it's to change it back into a log form. So I would have log base 3 of the far part of the equation, so 15, equals my exponent x. And then this gets x by itself. This is solved for. This is it. Okay, and a very quick check in the purple. 3 to the x is 15. So there's the smile rule shown a little better in the purple. And that's what we started with. So yeah, it's good. Okay, so that in the blue is the final answer. It's done. Okay, so it might not. So these logs actually kind of make these problems kind of go fast. All right, so number 2. I can do the same thing. This e is the base. So log base e of the far part of the equation, so log base e of 20, is the exponent x minus 2. Now notice real quick, I'm going to erase this in the purple, but e to the x minus 2 does equal this 20 right there. Okay, so, but I want to erase that so I just wanted to kind of point it out. That's something you could quickly do visually to verify that you have it set up right. But I'm going to go ahead and erase it so I have my line ready to go. My next step, since this is log base e, I am going to go ahead and just change it to the ln of 20 equal to x minus 2. Now I want x by itself. Well, we can quickly do that by adding 2 to both sides. Now that ln of 20 is going to be some random number. I don't know what the number is, but we just kind of leave it alone. So the 2 adds to it, but it just stays to the side, just like that. Okay, so we would not make it, if we did this, this would be wrong. Okay, so the 2 and the log part don't get along with each other. We just leave them separate. Okay, and then this third one, well, kind of like, so these weren't erased yet, kind of like this one, number 2. Anything that has a base in it, so like this log has a base of 10, anything that has a base in it, we want to isolate before we apply any rule. So same deal with this. This has base e, so that means I need to isolate this part before I do anything, which is pretty easy to do because all I have to do is divide by 5. Okay, so I would have e to the 4x minus 2 equals 8/5. And then now I can apply my smile rule. My base is e, so log base e of the far expression or number, 8/5, equals the leftover exponent, 4x minus 2. Okay, so there we go. And then again, very, very quickly in the purple, just to, I'll erase real quick, e to the 4x minus 2 equals this leftover 8/5. Good. But I'm thinking more that's a visual thing, and I'm just erasing it to keep my flow going for the problem. All right, and kind of like the last one, it's a special log. So let's go ahead and change it to ln. And then I want the x by itself eventually, so I'm going to do what I did on the last one. Let's go ahead and add that 2 on over. Now this log and this 2 don't get along, so just leave them separate. So 2 plus ln of 8/5 equals 4x, and I want x completely by itself, so it looks like I should divide by 4. And when I divide by 4, I'm going to divide both sides by 4. Now our answer is going to look a little weird there on the left. Oops, I wrote that in weird. There we go. Let's go back. But it is the final answer, so we just leave this just as is, so we don't mess with it at all. And that's our official final answer here for these style problems. Now, if we needed it to be a decimal, we could plug these into the calculator. Okay, but I'm assuming most of the time they don't want them to be decimals. So I'm going to leave them as these style problems. Okay, so that was it. So it's a little shorter, just different than the ones above. Okay, so that's our style of problems here. So logarithms, smile rule is the main deal. And then exponentials, if you can't write them as the same base, then use these logarithms. As a very, very quick side note, so what I mean as the same base, like if you had 4 to the x equals 16, what we would do is rewrite 16 as 4 squared, and then we could just say that x is 2. Okay, so like this style problem, we would not have used logs. Okay, however, all these previous ones, we could not have done it how we did this in the purple. So again, 3 and 15, you can't write as the same base. Okay, anyway, so that's that. So thank you for watching. If you do have questions, just send me an email. Otherwise, I'll see you again later.